Hi, my name is Eric and this is Skinny People United. If you haven't seen the first video, it might be a good idea to see it. But, just to recap, these next couple of videos, in no particular order, are going to show how I went from this to this. This is part 2 of food and diet. Part 2 will be going over dinner, snacking, foods you should be avoiding, and a few other miscellaneous things that are equally as important. On to dinner. Now, dinner should be the last meal of the day, and it's usually where people consume the most amount of food. I'll use myself as an example again. For me, for dinner, I'll try to aim for around 1,000 calories or over in order to hit that 3,000 calorie cap that I always aim for. Now, as mentioned in my previous video, you don't want to be eating Chef Boyardee every day for every single meal. So for dinner, you might want to try making something to eat or going out to eat. If you're going to make food and you're short on time, it might not taste the greatest, but at least you'll get the nutrients that you're looking for. That being said, you want to keep in mind the 3 main ingredients that you're going to need. The first ingredient being your grains, so like your rice, your bread, your pasta, that type of thing. And next being your meats, like your beef, pork, chicken, and fish. And lastly, your vegetables, because you're always going to need your veggies. In regards to grains, you should always be looking around for the healthier option. For example, for bread, you should be looking for a whole wheat bread. And for rice, you should be looking for a brown rice or red rice. These healthier type of grains usually include more nutrients and are overall better for your body. If you would like more information, just do a quick search online and it'll all show up. These healthier options might not taste as great, but the benefits that will come from it are a lot better. Now for meats, it's a little different because you're going to always want to vary the different types of meat that you eat. Like you're going to want to sometimes eat red meat, sometimes white meat, and sometimes fish. Not only will you get sick of it, but you're going to also not be able to get some of the vital nutrients that only certain types of meat have. Lastly, you have your vegetables. It's always better to get your fresh vegetables, but if you don't have time, then you have your frozen option. And just try to make sure you get a good amount in and vary up the different types of vegetables that you have, and that's really about it. If you want more details, then obviously you should do a search online and you get more information. Now I'm going to talk about eating out. Eating out is the most expensive but convenient way to eat your dinner. If you're someone with a high metabolism like me, then you're going to have a lot more options as opposed to someone with a slower metabolism. That being said, you could basically eat dirty. And what I mean by that is that you can eat fast food. But do try your best to keep a healthy mindset though. Like if you have the option between McDonald's and In-N-Out, then obviously In-N-Out is going to give you better results as opposed to you eating McDonald's. Or if you have the option between carne asada fries or fresh fish or grilled chicken, then obviously the better option would be the fresh fish or grilled chicken. So to wrap things up, it's okay to indulge every now and then, but always try to keep a healthy mindset. Now I'll be moving on to foods that you should be avoiding. Now the first thing that I want to go over is something that you should all know, and that is to avoid drinking soda. Soda is terrible for you. All it is carbonated water and a crap ton of sugar. Now we're not just talking about like your pure cane sugar, or like the sugar that you sprinkle over like the crap that you cook and you eat. We're talking about your processed corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup. There are so many other alternatives that you can drink instead of soda. Like for example, there's so many different types of juices out there. And I'm not talking about that Minute Maid crap or Kool-Aid or that type of thing, because all that is basically water and sugar. But I'm talking about like the real juice, like stuff that's at least like 25–50% real juice. There's a large variety of juice out there, and all you have to do is go to the supermarket and try some out. I mean, some of it tastes pretty good. It's sweet and it's healthy for you, and you really just can't go wrong. You also have water and milk that you can drink. Those are kind of bland, but those are also really good options that you should seriously consider. Now, if you can't give up soda, and you can't substitute juice or any other alternative for soda, and you have to drink soda consistently, then you should just give up on life. Moving on, some of the other things that you want to avoid are stuff that's filled with empty carbs. That being like candy, ice cream, chips, like a lot of like that fried stuff, like KFC. If you want to see a bigger list of items or different types of food that you should avoid, then just do a quick search online, and there's many different sites out there that'll list out everything that's not good for you, stuff that you should avoid. Another thing that you should avoid eating are canned foods in excess, besides Chef Boyardee, because majority of canned foods out there have a lot of MSG and preservatives that really won't do you any good if you eat a crap ton of them. Any type of microwavable food you should avoid. Let me explain why. So a while back, there was this one experiment where like this girl, she had two plants, two equally healthy plants, same exact plant. On one plant, she watered it normally for a week. On the other plant, she would microwave the water and use that water to water one plant. Within a week, the plant that took in the water that was microwaved died. So it kind of makes sense for you to not put stuff into your body that's been microwaved, doesn't it? Now the last thing that I would like to go over is snacking. Snacking can be very helpful for people like us to gain weight, but you have to make sure you snack correctly. There's this one thing that I went over a while back. It's where I would eat something every 2 hours. Now this is really helpful for me to like gain weight during that time, but it killed my appetite and I didn't have any fun eating. But if you're really desperate to gain weight, then you may try that. Snack, just try to eat healthy. Try to snack on good snacks. Try to snack on like nuts, fruits, veggies, just that type of thing. Just keep in mind what you're putting into your body, and that's really about it. Now again, I can't emphasize enough. Make sure you do your own research and you look up everything before you attempt to do any of this. That being said, this concludes part 2 of diet and food. Now I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Well, happy training!